The DESLOC K120 Smart Lock. It's got built-in Wi-Fi. It's got a huge 15,000 milliamp lithium-ion battery. Ports fingerprint, has app control. You get a passcode, get a physical key, and again, like I said earlier, the landlord function is amazing. Yeah, that is a fantastic feature. So let's see what's in the box, and we'll go over some of the key features, and then we'll get it set up. Nobody buys a lock or anything like this because they're excited about putting it in. So I'm going to focus on what this thing can do. You buy it for the protection and the features and functionality. So let's see what DESLOC has in the box. This is the user manual, and as nice as they give you this template for if you have to actually cut holes in your door. Mine's already cut, so it's going to be pretty simple. This is fantastic packaging. Look at that. I like it. I like a good packaging. Star of the show, 15,000 milliamp battery. Now, let me tell you just a little story of why this is important. I've got several smart locks in the house. One of them is on my garage. All of the other smart locks use, other than this, AA batteries. If a battery goes dead, you're locked out. Well, I mean, again, if you have other methods of getting in, but it's a hassle. So for example, the garage door lock, the batteries are in dead because I didn't pay attention to the app telling me the batteries were going dead. So yeah, it's my fault. But I went to get in the house and I couldn't open the door. The keypad wouldn't work. Now, that particular lock, you do have the ability of getting a 9-volt battery, and it has a little spot on the bottom that you can like touch it. And then the 9-volt battery will give it enough juice where it'll actually, provide the power it needs to actually unlock the lock. But what if your battery was dead? What if you couldn't find the battery? Unless you had another door you could get in, you're going to be in real issue. I start paying attention to that app a lot more since that happened. But with this right here, 15,000 milliamp, this is going to last you 12, 13 months. It's going to last a long time. And it will notify you in the app when it starts to go dead.
When the battery level drops below 5%, the K120 will enter an ultra-long standby mode. It can last up to 12 months in this mode.
So DESLOC having a 15,000 milliamp battery in here is a great feature, and I appreciate that because I hate having to replace batteries. Deadbolt and mechanical keys. Give you a striker plate. There's your keys, which I won't need these. And that's the deadbolt. Now for the lock itself. And this is the lock. This is the piece that's going on the inside. This is the piece that goes on the outside. This right here will connect to this to provide the power and be able to function the lock. I can tell you one thing I really, really like about this is it's how thin it is. That is not going to be obtrusive on the door. Some of the locks, one of them I have is like sticks out like this far. It's crazy. But as technology has improved, the products have gotten better and better. So this right here is awesome. It's got a weatherproof gasket right here to seal it on the door. Again, this is the inside. This is so you can manually turn the deadbolt. It also has a gasket on the inside. Probably wondering, where does the battery go? Well, I'm going to show you once we get it in, but I can tell you right now, it goes right behind this little door here. So you simply pop this up and it goes in there. And of course, this has an app to install where you can control and set up all of the features. So as you can see, that's all that's in the box. But before we go install this, a couple things I want to go over. One, if you look on the bottom right there, is a little USB-C cable. It actually has like a little cover on it to protect it. It actually has a learning capability. They call it GPT fingerprint recognition. And what this does is it reads your finger time and time again. Okay, so first things first. So this we're not messing with. This is for the door handle. This is where the deadbolt goes. So this is going to be coming off and we'll be putting their plate in place. And of course, as you can see, holes already drilled. So piece of cake. Here's the deadbolt. This is going to be coming out. This is coming off. That's coming off. And this will be done pretty quick. Make sure all the old hardware from the old lock is out of the door. Very important. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to install their deadbolt. Very thoughtful on their part. They actually label what each bag is for. So this is where it says deadbolt and strike plate. So these are 4 screws. I need 2 for here and 2 for there. So you can see on the back here, this right here is the centerpiece that actually does the unlocking. So as you turn the deadbolt, it turns this, or when you unlock with this, it turns this to move the deadbolt. Of course, these are the cables, and these are 2 little mounting areas that the inside lock is going to screw to. This right here, I kind of wonder what that was. This right here they give you is it's just a sticky pad to help secure the lock to the door while you're installing it. That's pretty good thought. I really appreciate that. I've done a lot of these, and having something like that where it kind of helps you hold things is huge. Slide this in here. And of course, right here at the bottom is like a little slot that this is going to slide into. So slide the cable through the bottom, put that in the slot, and there you go. And see, that's sticky. It helps it stay to the door. I love that, actually. That's great. Because just like you saw when I took the other one off, it was going to fall to the floor. you don't want this falling because you could damage it. So to have that little sticky piece there, good job, DESLOC. That is a great thing to have. Another thoughtful thing, bag of spare parts. You drop a screw and you lose it, no need to worry about it. So there's some pins down here at the bottom. You have this little piece right here. You put it in like that first, makes contact, pop it in, and now it's in there nice and firm. And we take our cover and we just slide the cover back. That's super clean looking. Look at that, nice, love it. All right, let's get this piece on the inside. We're going to get the app installed and then we'll check out how it works. Okay, so you want to close the door so you can see, and you can see that's nice and close to the door frame right there. That way I know exactly where to put this. So this needs to go right here next to that sensor, so the sensor knows that when the door is open and closed. And again, they gave you a little sticky on the back so you can stick it on there and not have to hold it. Awesome. Now I can put my screws in without having to hold it. That doesn't need to be super, super tight, so you don't have to crank it down. It's actually a really strong magnet. Okay, so I thought I would sit here and we can get this programmed and I can show you a couple features. And I've got the app installed and we're going to get the device added. But so this right here on the bottom, you're wondering like, where's the keyhole? This just slides down and then there's your keyhole. So that way, if you need to use the key, it's very, very easy to use. And as you can see, the lock, very smooth. I got my striker plate on. Everything works great. As you see, you just touch the pad and the case lights up. This is a battery icon right here. It tells you how much battery is left. And of course, you have the number pad and the fingerprint reader. We're going to add device. I've completed the installation. Bluetooth, allow. Look at that. And it found it almost instantly. I found it. It actually opened the lock and it closed the lock. It does have to kind of calibrate, you know, the lock. Okay, so I set the passcode, which you can't see it. And now I'm going to save and set fingerprint. Okay, it's telling me ready to get set to set my fingerprint. So we're going to click start. I like how it makes you do all kinds of different ways. I guess that's part of its GPT learning. That's awesome. And it allows me to do left or right. So that was my right thumb and done. Now you can actually do this without connecting it to the internet. But if you don't connect it, you're not going to be able to use some of the remote features, and you're not going to be able to get, you know, firmware updates when they publish it. See where it says assign access? I'm going to do that after because there is a couple of people I want to give codes to. But we'll say done, and it's locked. Now, I thought blue meant full, but it doesn't because this is telling me that it's only 20%. So when I'm done here, I'll pull the battery out. I'll go ahead and charge it and, you know, be done with it. And I like how it's slide to unlock and it tells you the status of it in the app. All right, the firmware is up to date, which that's good. So here we have a vacation mode, which allows you to set it. Only one pass users can access it, which that's kind of cool. I love that feature. Rest mode, the volume of device is lower, except for serious events. Okay. So special care user, which is really cool. You can assign a member as a special care contact. And if they don't return home on time, the app will send a reminder. That's kind of cool because, you know, as people get older, you start getting forgetful, like me. So, and this is why it keeps locking. See, there's an auto lock setting. And right now it's set to 5 seconds. I don't want 5 seconds. So let's see. I think I'm going to set it to max to 120 seconds. So if it's unlocked for 2 minutes, then it'll lock itself. That's pretty good. We always keep this locked anyway, so there's no need to leave it unlocked. But sometimes, like if you're doing groceries or something like that, you want it open for more than, 5 seconds. Oh, this is nice. They have a failed attempt protection. So if you do it more than 5 times wrong, it puts the lock into like a 3-minute timeout, and you can't put the code in again until after 3 minutes. I really like that. So we're going to turn that on because that is a great feature. That way, if somebody's, trying to get in your house and guess your code, they only have 5 attempts, it's going to lock itself out for 3 minutes. Sure, they can wait 3 minutes, but most people are going to break in your house. So they're not want to hang around. You know what I'm saying? Door jar alert. I like that. So I want to put this to 30 seconds. I don't need 10 seconds. And that's where that magnet comes in. It knows when the door is open and closed. So that way it can let you know, hey, your front door is ajar, which there's been a couple times that we have had somebody walk out and it didn't close all the way. And that would have been super handy. Okay. So here's the landlord mode. So those are the regular functions of the lock. Up here at the top right, you see where it says mode. If you click that, now you have the landlord mode, and you're going to be able to have a particular code for yourself, but it's got a tenant calendar, which that's really cool. And let's see, I guess all those settings are the same. you can actually add access for your tenant. So when you're in landlord mode, you come in here, you give your tenant a code, and they have access in and out using that code, but you always have this master code that they can't change, that you can get in and out. That's a great feature. You know, I've rented one home in my life, and I said I'd never do it again because that one person like almost burned my house down, caught my curtains fall on fire. It's a nightmare, man. So, but if you do rent, that's a nice feature. I like that. So I'm just going to put it back in regular mode because I don't have anybody renting, unless you consider paying the mortgage rent, which I guess it kind of is. Nice. So it has an events area that you can see the events that have happened. Back to devices. Okay, nice. Okay, so it does power the lock, but it doesn't charge the battery. I was kind of wondering about that, if you could actually charge it through that. But this just simply powers the lock and bypasses the internal battery. But it is nice to have an option, so that way if it does run dead, you can get these anywhere. I've got like 5 of them in my house. That's an easy way to power the lock. So unplug it, put this back on here. I like how that kind of tucks up under there real good. Okay, nice. Now I'm gonna try my code too, which you can't see the code because then you would know. All right, so that's it. DESLOC. So far, I love it. This is a great product. Quality, easy to install, works fantastic, has some amazing features I haven't seen in any other lock, including the GPT fingerprint reader. As it learns your finger, that's going to be really cool. And yeah, I'm pretty stoked. Real happy. I do like the backup key just in case. Go old school. Yeah, good job. Love it. If you want to get yours, click the link down in the description and go check it out, because this is one of the best smart home locks that I've ever used. And I have reviewed probably a half dozen different smart home locks, and by far this has been the best one that I've seen so far. Now, long term, we'll see, but I don't expect it to be any different because this thing works flawlessly and I love it. So go check yours out. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time. Peace.